So at this point of the season, we have like 10 games left and the playoffs are rapidly approaching. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later, specifically the play-in race. But I think we have to open with talking about the MVP race, since that's been like the biggest topic of discussion the past couple weeks. There's lots of opinions out there, mostly about Nikola Jokic. So let's do a big overview of the race and talk about where we all stand.
It's gotten so nasty. It's gotten disgusting in these streets about the MVP race.
Yep. It's most bad faith arguments ever. This is, and it's annoying because this is one of the closest, most actually intriguing MVP races in a while now.
Yeah.
But the way people are talking about it is doing it such a disservice by acting like it's something that's not.
A wash. Yeah, people from both sides act like it's a complete wash and there's a distinct winner. There's no distinct winner.
Yeah.
That's preposterous.
Yeah, definitely not distinct at this point.
Yeah.
Listen, people are trying to. It's funny. It's just funny that the MVP race is now like a race relations topic. And exactly. And depending on what side you fall on, like you're either gonna be, a certain type of person, you're either gonna fall into a very specific demographic, whichever side you lean
black
on.
and white folks.
Yeah. It's great though.
Man.
Yeah, so for people who don't know, for most of this year, Nikola Jokic has been considered the not runaway favorite for MVP, but comfortably we think he's going to win it.
Mm-hmm.
And over the last 7 games, not him, but the fucking Denver Nuggets forgot how to win a basketball game, and they're 2-5 over the last 7 games.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about why that is. Go ahead, Mo.
I was going to say, I don't even believe like over the last 7 games, like the MVP like ladder started to tilt a little bit for Nikola Jokic. I think it all started when like Joel Embiid faced off Nikola a couple of games, or maybe like 10,
and got buckets on him all night
long.
long.
Buckets on him.
A whole bunch
and
of
then
them.
That's when everything started to sway, and then you got guys like
well, when it really started to sway is what we alluded to when Kendrick Perkins went on TV and said that he's winning these MVPs because he's white and that these voters are implicitly biased. And JJ Redick was like, "Oh hell no, let me tell you about some fucking stats." So that just started a whirlwind of the MVP discussion getting real nasty from both sides, which we don't really get into that.
Yeah.
But I think Kendrick Perkins succeeded in making this a race. Like, he started the narratives that have taken the MVP out of Jokic's hands potentially.
Let's go.
Congrats to him.
Let's go.
Yo,
Let's go. That was my
ahead.
only hope. I told you at the beginning of the season that voter fatigue was going to happen. And the only way it happened was because Kendrick Perkins said, you guys are racist and you have to give this black man this award or else all hell is going to break loose. And so for my prediction, Kendrick Perkins, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your work just for making me right. Because right now, Joel Embiid is the favorite to win MVP.
Yeah.
He's the favorite, and he's actually very comfortable in terms of like odds and consensus.
You mean betting odds?
Yeah, in terms of betting odds. So, listen, it's looking like it's Embiid's award to lose.
I ain't gonna
Congratulations, Kendrick Perkins, on continuing the just degradation of NBA discourse online. You did
Drew
good.
Hanlon, Joel Embiid's trainer, has been fighting for this for years now.
Oh, he's the most annoying guy in the world.
As soon as Joel Embiid wins, he's gonna act like that motherfucker won the MVP himself, bro.
Yeah.
He's gonna add this to his resume. He's one of the most annoying people on Twitter, simply because it's like, this is not your place. This is not what you're supposed to do, And he's one of the biggest like issues in terms of like the NBA basketball community talk or whatever you want to call it, because it's just like, if I'm Joel Embiid, I'm telling him, shut the fuck up. This is none of your business, Like,
you can't. That's his boy. You can't tell him that. Like, he's just looking out for him.
No, but like, to be honest though, he needed. I think Embiid. He needs guys like Drew Hanlon, and he needs guys like Kendrick Perkins, regardless of like what the argument is. But he needed something to bring him back in, because aside from all the discourse, he's like legitimately been playing at an MVP level.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like his numbers and the things that he's been doing have been ridiculous. And over like until the Nuggets forgot how to win games, like you said, I think that like Embiid was going to get overshadowed again. And there's been a couple times, like over the past couple years, Embiid's been overshadowed by Jokic, and he can go and put up 30 points a game and be one of the best defensive players in the league. And everyone's just looking at Jokic doing whatever he's doing. So I'm glad that Embiid actually is able to get his shine. Regardless, again, it's kind of nasty how we got here, but the fact that he's getting his shine now
it's a good outcome.
Is 100% deserved.
For sure.
Bro.
That's the thing, is that he's being overshadowed, and the reason people are tearing Jokic down are just like non-intellectual, very stupid reasons. But the outcome is okay because Joel Embiid deserves a shine too. Like they both deserved it over the past few years, so you can't be mad at it.
If Joel Embiid, which I'm pretty sure he's going to win because Luka's been out over the last few, I don't know, week or whatever. And if Joel Embiid wins this scoring title, this will be the first time in 47, damn near 50 years since a center won a scoring title in back-to-back years, bro.
That's wild.
And like that just goes to show like just how much of a talented and dominant era that we're in for the big man spot. And over the last 3 years, or who were the last 3 MVP winners? Was it Giannis, Nikola, and now Embiid potentially?
It's been Jokic. It's been Jokic the last 2, and then Embiid, and then Giannis had 2.
The best 3 players in the world are all big men. Like here we are.
Yeah.
Before we keep going about this, let's draw back a little facts. Let's bring in a little bit and kind of give people a frame of reference for this entire MVP discussion.
Yeah.
Because we've been alluding to a lot of stuff, but not really laying out where we're standing right now between the people that are in the race. So one, we have Nikola Jokic, who has been the odds-on favorite for most of the year. He's been the 1 seed in the West and putting up one of the best offensive seasons of all time. But in the last 7 games, his team's kind of falling off, partially due to him, but partially due to his teammates. Then 2, we have Joel Embiid, who had a very slow start to the year when people were really questioning his, ability to be in shape and take the season seriously. But then he turned it the fuck on, and now he's averaging 34 points per game, arguably having almost as good of an offensive season as Jokic, and his team now has the same exact amount of wins as Jokic's team because of that slip. And then 3, we're talking about 2 guys. We also have to talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's in this race. His team is the best team in basketball now, the 1 seed in the East, has 3 more wins than the Nuggets. He's putting up 31 points per game, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. Is probably the best player in the NBA. So this is where we're at now. So you guys have said that we're talking about it as like, Embiid's gonna win. Do you not think Giannis has a chance?
No, I don't.
There's no real narrative for him. Like
there's a best player, best team. Like that's always a thing.
Yeah, I know, but like, there's no toxicity when it comes to Giannis in this conversation. I feel like you have to have some toxic ass.
He doesn't have a Kendrick Perkins. You're right.
Fight for your life, exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay, that's where we're at.
Yeah, I think we're at the point, especially in Embiid's career, where we are looking at him and we're looking at kind of what he's done over the last 3 years and saying it would be a shame if he retired and he doesn't have an MVP. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Giannis has his 2 MVPs. He has a championship. Right now, that's all he's chasing. All we're judging Giannis by at this point is what do you do from May, June, and I guess early July or whatever, right? He's being judged by the playoffs. Embiid still has steps to go in terms of getting to a conference finals, getting to a finals, and an MVP is a really big step in order to get there, like for a regular season status. So that's why I think Embiid has the leg up over Giannis, especially in the Eastern Conference, even though that Giannis' team has a better record. That's where Embiid makes up a lot of that ground, is because he has people pushing for him to have this on his resume because his play clearly deserves it.
Okay, well, let's talk about it outside of because we know these narratives have been created by the media personalities we're talking about. Let's talk about the actual performance on the court and who you guys think actually deserves it, because I think that's more interesting.
Okay. I still think Embiid.
You still think Embiid?
Yeah.
Are we so sure that Jokic is out of it, though? Like, he's had a slow 7 games, but like Joel had a slow 20 games to start. Granted, it matters when you have those in terms of these narratives building. There's only 10 games left. Mm-hmm. But do you guys think it's like a foregone conclusion that Jokic is out of it?
Out of it,
Me
no.
personally, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion whatsoever. Like you said, Joel Embiid started off the game hella slow. Started off the season hella slow. People were calling him lazy. I think if I remember correctly, earlier in the season, Philly fans were fucking booing his ass because it's the lack of effort on the defensive end. That was a real slump to the season. I feel like people. This is really weird, but I see the qualifications to win MVP and just to win all types of awards, they're starting to evolve, and people are starting to care less about doing things on a consistent basis, on a totality for the entirety of the season, and they're just looking at things from like, what have you done for me lately?
You're 100% right. It's like last year when Scotty Barnes won Rookie of the Year over Evan Mobley. All that matters in these awards races at this point, with the way people have these like squirrel brains, the only thing remember the last 2 months. It doesn't matter if your trajectory line is like this the whole time consistently. If you start low and then go up high as hell in the last month, that's always going to be superior in voters' minds.
Yeah, exactly. And I just don't think we can forget about just how disappointing Joel was, you know?
Yeah. So let's think about all of them and talk about, it's not, the award isn't the best narrative for best player in the world award. It's most valuable. So right now where we're standing, let's go player by player and talk about this race and what each person has up on each other. So with Jokic, we'd all agree he's probably the best offensive player in the NBA, right?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, I watched Nikola Jokic play in person the other day, bro. If you
so
thought
jealous.
that he was nice and like that, like on the TV screen, he's a completely different monster in person because he's humongous and he really gets down there and his body, people just bounce off of his body, and like it's so interesting seeing him hustle on the offensive end and get up the floor, try to fly up the floor, even though he really can't because when he runs, it looks like he's running with flip-flops. So he just doesn't, just, you know what I'm saying? But the effort's there, and seeing him push the ball up and just make passes.
Flip-flops?
Bro, he makes, he mind F's you when you watch him play basketball, because I'm over there on the court with the entire vision, the entire view, and he's making passes that I didn't even know were there.
Yeah.
He's through windows that I didn't even know were available. So
For sure.
Averaging like 9.9 or 10 assists per game, whatever it is for Nikola Jokic right now, as a center who's like physically disadvantaged. He might be the best offensive player in the NBA.
I mean, he's an assist leader right now, and he's the most efficient.
No, Trae Young is.
Oh, you passed him? Oh, whatever.
Yep.
So he's top 2 in assists, the best passer in the NBA over Trae Young, and he's the most efficient volume scorer. He has a 70% true shooting percentage. He's the only one above 25 points per game who has that. Yeah. That's a ridiculous combination, as well as averaging 12 rebounds a game. So we know he's the best offensive engine in the league. He's leading the team. It's still one in the West despite their skid, but is tied in wins with the 3 seed in the East. So you can take that however you want if you value seeding or wins more. So we know he still has that. And the thing with Embiid is now the discussion has gone towards defense, obviously, because that's the one thing that Jokic doesn't have. With Embiid averaging 34 points per game on a 65% true shooting with the same amount of team success, do y'all think that defense of Embiid is more valuable than just the overall playmaking of Jokic?
I think I do.
Okay.
I think I do. Because I think like Philly has James Harden. Like they have a legitimate point guard who is one of the best distributors in the game. And even though they're like
all-star.
Yeah, and so like Jamal Murray, he's great. He's a good player. He's not the playmaker. He's not the facilitator that James Harden is. And so
not nothing.
Yeah. And so like that onus, Jokic can do it, and he is doing it, right? Like that's his role. They put a lot more on him because he doesn't have a facilitator around him. And even with like Embiid, his role is you're going to go out and get 34 a night. And I think playing 2 ways is extremely hard. Like when we think about the best 2-way players and people who are the best on offense and defense, it's a very, very short list.
But he's not the best on defense.
He's elite on defense.
He's slightly overrated when we talk about this because we were comparing him to Nikola Jokic, yeah, but he's not putting up the constant intensity and defensive impact as Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like there's a difference. Like the way we're talking about his defense with this narrative is as if he's Giannis. He's not. He doesn't put up that consistent effort as Giannis does, play in and play out.
Yeah, I know that, but but Giannis is. I think that Giannis is the best player in the world, and
Agreed.
so because Giannis does that, he gets that title. I think Embiid is also in that class, in that
For sure, yeah.
in that tier. And so at least defensively, when it comes to comparing him to Jokic, that makes a very, very big deal for me.
The question I have is, Mo, you answer this.
Yeah.
Everything Donovan's saying is correct. The impact on defense is incredibly important. Like I'm always talking about this when we talk about these conversations. Like defense matters, but when it comes to MVP voting, that hasn't always been the precedent. Like there's carrying a team is usually offensive oriented, and we've seen all these guards who are offensive oriented and terrible on defense win. Do you feel differently about Jokic having that argument because he's a big man? Do you think his defense matters more? Do you think it should be treated the same way as James Harden? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like this is tough because like I'm not hard set on any way whatsoever. Like it just depends on what you value. If you value like playing a high level of basketball on both sides, then it is what it is. You do so, But I feel like when it comes to trying to pick holes in these type of conversations, you're kind of running around circles because like there's just certain things they're asked to do certain things on the basketball court, and that's dominate on all levels, and there's just too many. This is a weird conversation to have, bro. Like, what is? I need to bounce it back off of you and hear what you believe, because this is just like there's so many moving parts into it, and there's no simple answer, you know?
Yeah. So first off, I think Giannis is the MVP for the same logic that you're using for Embiid. I think it applies to Giannis. I think Giannis is the better defender. He's just as good of an offensive player, though he's having his least efficient season because he had that slow start and his jumper hasn't been falling. He's a better playmaker than Embiid. Like I said, better defender. He has more team success, so that's always part of it. I think Giannis is the best defender, second best offensive player, and has the most team success. So I don't see why we shouldn't give it to him. I think the only reason we're not talking about him like we are Embiid is because
there's no narrative.
Embiid hasn't won it yet. Like you said, it's all narrative.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to Embiid versus Jokic, I think it's similar to, remember that, I think it was the year Harden won. He won over Kawhi. Kawhi was second? No, the year Russ won. The year Russ won. My bad. The year Russ won and Harden was second, there was votes for Kawhi. He was third.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a similar precedent, right? Of these two amazing offensive players who don't have shit on defense going for him. And then there's this two-way guy. He was third that year. And he probably should have been because his offensive impact as a playmaker wasn't there. He wasn't the all-encompassing driver of the offense like the two other guards were. Granted, it's a little bit different because defense matters more as a center. And we're seeing that in these 7 games that the Nuggets have been trash. A lot of it is because Jokic has not been putting in the effort on defense. Like, looking at the numbers, they're 29th in rim defense in that time. So, like, a lot of the skid is because of his defense.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that hasn't been all year, right? Before these 7 games, Jokic's defense was pretty much perfectly fine. So,
and now
if we're taking the season in totality,
every opportunity
they've been waiting. That's the thing.
Every clip.
They've been waiting for, because like early on in Jokic's career, the narrative was he's a bad defender, and then he got to like a passable level where he can be like a decent team defender. But that narrative of, oh, he's just an offensive side of the ball, that's kind of stuck. And so people have been waiting for the clips of Jokic to mess up on defense. And so this is a
blood in the water.
Yeah, this is a compilation of 3 years of people waiting to jump at the opportunity.
You're so right, 100%. People are so mad that this fat white boy is dominating the league and winning awards over these players. It's frustrated. And people just have this thing where, like, because this first take brain, where they're like, if you don't win a chip, you don't matter. You're not doing it. You don't deserve these MVPs. So it's just constant frustration of people feeling like he gets more hype than he deserves, which, isn't true for the reason. The reasons he gets hype are real. It's just some people are different types of fans that don't appreciate the same things as other people. But like you said, it's built up frustration.
I don't think that it's like the hype that people are upset about. I think people are upset about the lack of slander that Jokic has gotten. Because with
humans are so weird, bro.
Because with anybody that is in the prime of their career, coming off of 2 MVPs and hasn't been to a conference finals, like we're already having those conversations about Embiid, and I think Embiid has gotten, and again, I think it's fair when we talk about Embiid. Mm-hmm. But Embiid has gotten those comments of, okay, like, when is it going to happen? Are you that guy? This and that. And that hasn't really been the case with Jokic. And so that's why I think.
Be.
But there's a reason.
Because that's what people's frustration there's a reason that's not a conversation. 3 years ago, he had a healthy team. He made it. Yeah. He went to the conference finals, lost to the champion Lakers. Year after that, didn't have Jamal Murray, didn't make it. Year after that, didn't have Jamal Murray, didn't have Michael Porter Jr., didn't make it. Like,
his team has been consistently solid, and there's been nothing added to his team that puts them over the top. There's been literally been no monumental move. The most monumental thing that's been placed on their team is like, okay, MPJ, he's nice. Let's go ahead and add Aaron Gordon. Now we can finally cook and try to do something. But their team just heavily relies on the success of a fringe all-star point guard in the loaded Western Conference. So it's like,
I don't even think it's that, though. I think it's the fact that, he hasn't been getting those slanders because he doesn't deserve it. He hasn't had a healthy team for 2 years. If Joel Embiid went 2 straight playoff runs of not having Ben Simmons or Tobias Harris and just rolling out there with everybody else, he wouldn't have got slandered either. But he had those guys and they still lost. Like, that's the difference. Yeah. You can say, like, on paper, he's the MVP. He didn't make the finals. Why is there no slander? But if you think about it for half a second and add in a little bit of context, also that context is why he won the MVPs, because he did a lot with nothing.
Yeah.
To it's just ridiculous. Like, it's just anti-intellectualism.
Something for the average fan, the average hater, they just can't stomach the fact that, damn, you were going to let this big-ass pumpy white boy win 3 straight MVPs. The first
that's
player
another
to do
thing.
that since who? Yeah. Larry Bird? Are you kidding me right now? So it's like, it's just, you just have to stomach that. And for like the average fan seeing, it's just a huge reach at this point, you know? Yeah. And it's just one of those like nematode, nitwit ass arguments that they try to pull out of their ass and use this to degrade Jokic, when in reality, like that argument just doesn't correlate. It doesn't make sense whatsoever, you know?
Yeah.
So,
and you're 100% right. And I think that's the problem with the current discourse, is that if you want to say Joel Embiid should win it because you think his scoring matters and you think his defense matters and the team success is just as good, cool, do that. But to do this like revisionist history and act like Jokic doesn't deserve the things he's gotten because of these very just like surface level arguments about results without any context, then it's like, why am I listening to you? You're right? Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. Swear to God, guaranteed, if you give Nikola Jokic Jimmy Butler for, I don't know, 38 games or however many games he played, and Ben Simmons, who at the time would have been a great fit next to Nikola Jokic.
R.I.P. Ben Simmons.
Yeah, R.I.P. Ben Simmons for real, bro.
That's
like,
bro, he had Ben Simmons, JJ Redick, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris next to him.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, you can't tell me Jokic wouldn't do damage with that. You can't tell me he wouldn't have made at least the Western Conference Finals.
I'm playing the other side. I think another part of it is for so long the idea of who gets the MVP is best player, best team, and
it never has been.
And listen, a couple times.
Go ahead, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. Get your topic off.
A couple times it has. I think, but with Jokic, and we've seen a couple times in like the last, I guess, 6 years, starting with Russ.
Yeah.
Westbrook and Jokic have both gotten MVPs from outside the top 3 in the West or whatever. And so I think from last year, like, Luka was the 4 seed with everything that he had, putting up 28, 9, and 9. And he got into a situation where he's out the play-in. They won 50 games with that roster that they had. And nobody thought that Luka was MVP. And it's like, okay, well, what are we doing if the guy who has all the numbers got more wins, and he doesn't get the consideration? You see what I'm saying? Like that's why I think a lot of the contention around Jokic comes from, because it seems like there's a little bit of goalpost moving to get him the awards.
But
see, I reply to that and I just say you're looking at the wrong things of why he's valuable. Like, he won the MVP last year because the reason he's going to win this year, he was the best passer in the NBA, by far the most efficient volume scorer, and took a team that was absolute piss to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Luka's team was not absolute piss. Jokic's team was much worse, and he was better in every stat. Every stat you look at, Jokic was better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you have to look. You can't go back into history and see, okay, if he did this year, then why does this argument like apply over here? Because it's different years, and it's just a different time in the NBA, and you can't just use the same exact qualifications. You can just have like a basic like checkbox list, and you could have been like, yo, like Luka probably should have had a little bit stronger of a case of an argument to win MVP the prior year. But like at the end of the day, like if you put Luka's year in this season, he's getting the Jason Tatum treatment, where he's just going to be kicked out of the MVP race, you know?
You want to talk about Jason Tatum a little bit? How he completely fell off the face of the earth after the race?
Let's do it.
That man was the leading favorite for the first couple of months of the MVP race because the Celtics were the best team in the league, and he looked like he made the leap. And then we've heard the joke a million times. That man put up concert tour dates, shooting splits after the All-Star break.
It's been so weird. The entire just shift in the Celtics from them to be like the number 1 seed, this offensive juggernaut, right? And they're just rolling, and they look like they were this motivated team coming off this finals loss. They're poised to make another run. And now I think everybody's kind of unsure about everything that's going on. You had the Jaylen Brown article that came out this week where it doesn't really seem like he wants to be in Boston, or that Boston wants him, truthfully. So a lot of things just seem fractured with the Celtics right now.
If I'm Jaylen Brown, there's almost zero chance I decide to stick around with the Boston Celtics after how the old regime like basically put him on every block, treated that man like a goddamn prostitute, and like any star available, he's out there, he's up for grabs. It just depends on what that cash is talking about.
That's wild.
And like he was even dangled out there with the Kevin Durant talk. And now, if I'm Jaylen Brown, it's like, why would I want to stay with you when you try to put me on every single block, any opportunity that you have? That's kind of crazy. Like, what has he? If you're Jaylen Brown, it's like, what has he done to not be stable piece, cornerstone franchise type piece for you to not like leave? Because knowing the type of potential that we know he has and the ceiling of the player that he can be, like, it's like, what can he do? So if I'm JB, I want out too. So come to Atlanta.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say two. We don't know he wants out, but yeah, you're right. I see that. You can see why the frustration's there. Yeah. And you got to think, if you're him, like, he's got to also be a little curious what he could do without Tatum holding him back a little bit.
Oh, he 100%
thinks. Level.
He 100% thinks, he's like, man, listen, if we ran the offense through me, we would have won a title. Especially the way he was playing in the finals. There's no doubt in my mind that he believes that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And even if it's not like we would have won a title, he's got to just be like, what can I accomplish on a personal level? Because, like, all these players talk about, like, I'm committed to winning, I want to do all this, but, like, everybody wants to, like, see what they can maximize on themselves personally. Like, everybody in every line of work wants to be the best version of themselves they can be. And he's got to be at least curious, right?
A little bit. Yeah.
We'll see, though. I guess we can talk about it a little bit. Do y'all think there's going to be a path? So let's say they don't make the finals this year. They lose to the Bucks in the Eastern Conference. Do you think we're heading towards a path where he eventually wants to get out? Let's say the summer. Is he going to be out the summer?
An unrestricted free agent in like a year, 2 years, right?
I'm not sure when his free agency is up.
I'll check his contract.
I think it's in 2027 or something along that nature.
Right. Well, let's get more spicy, though. Is he requesting a trade this summer if they don't make the finals?
Requesting a trade this summer is freaking nuts. I don't think he requests a trade this summer. I think probably the Boston Celtics, with that type of organization, they'd probably be proactive and try to move him before he even tries to request a trade. That's just the type of organization
proactively moving JB is crazy, though.
I know, it's absolutely nuts, bro. But looking at him, bro, that'll be a terrible mistake on both sides, in my personal opinion. If they were to split, I don't think JB should try to venture off and see what he can do as the number one option, because that could just go terrible for his NBA career, and he might not ever get a chance to win again and shit like that. And as for the Celtics, it's like there's no contention. If you were the Celtics and if you had an actual chance to go ahead and trade for KD, would you have done that for JB?
Yes. I would have. Listen, he's good.
I don't think it's as easy as you think, but maybe.
It's tough.
He's good. Jaylen Brown is good. He's having a career season. It's Kevin Durant. Kevin
Durant's 34 and he's never healthy.
Who cares? We have Jason Tatum in his prime, and if you think that Tatum is who he has the potential to be, that he can be this elite two-way wing that can carry a franchise, you don't have to put all the pressure on him, and you just say, hey, let's go get Kevin Durant, who can get 30 points in his sleep. And
I think the opposite. I think if you think Tatum is that guy, then you don't need a second star. You can continue to have the good team around him with depth and a second star already. Like, I'm sorry, it's opposite. Like, if you think he's that good, he's like a top 5 player, you don't have to go the all-in route. I mean, you're already good enough. You're just in the finals.
Exactly, I think you just focus on the things around him. Jaylen Brown's averaging 27 points per game on damn near 50% shooting from the field. That's crazy.
And it's not going to be good enough.
It might be. Why not? Like,
it might be. Jaylen Brown's like that, bro.
Well, I know you've been declaring the Bucks championship since the summer, so I get it. They're my favorite too, but they're definitely good enough. They can win a series against the Bucks. Like, it's not like, it's a toss-up.
Listen, we have seen this iteration of the Celtics
make the finals.
Get to the finals up 2-1 and then just refuse to hold on to the ball. Tatum, they refused to stop turning the ball over. They were up 2-1, gave up 3 straight games to, and listen, Steph Curry, all-time great. He's him, right? But it's just Steph Curry, and they're playing 4-on-5 on defense because Draymond Green is not doing anything, and they blow every single one of these games. Personally, I think that if they do not win the finals this year, you have to start looking for other options. Brown only has 1 more year left on his contract. Next year's the last year of his contract, and then he becomes an unrestricted free agent. There would be trade talks with Jaylen Brown, and if they don't win, I think he probably gets moved.
Oh, do you think he gets moved by his own accord, or they move him?
I don't know. They'll probably play a game of chicken to see, like, okay, are you gonna try and trade me first? Am I gonna have to request it? I'm not sure, but I think that he gets moved if they don't win.
Okay.
It's a smart thing for them to do. They're one of the brightest organizations, also most proactive organizations. Before they see some bad shit happening or potentially happening, they move 10 times as quicker, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
In my opinion, the smart thing to do is continue to build around your 2-star wings.
I agree. But if Jaylen Brown already has 1 foot out, and if he's
True.
going to leave some quotes out like this around some of the most important times of the season when you're supposed to start gearing up for the playoffs, like, you got to start thinking about the future and looking ahead. If you should need to based off the future decisions and based off what happens in the playoffs, and also like how these next few weeks play out. So
that's fair. Yeah, I guess only they can know what the vibe is in the locker room. See if he's really like actually thinking about wanting to go, and it would make sense either way, right? You can't really be surprised either way with Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, exactly, bro. So
let's move on from the Boston Celtics. Let's get into what the second half of this episode is supposed to be about. Let's talk about the play-in races, because right now they are absolutely ridiculous.
Let's do it.
Oh my god,
who we
You
going
want
to
to start
first?
with the East or West?
Let's do West.
Okay, the West is crazy.
Dude,
So-
I woke up and I saw the Lakers were the 11th seed. What the hell happened? I missed
Bro,
like
3
a couple
days ago
days
they
of
were the 8th
basketball
seed.
and they fell off?
But see, the thing is, they did it. They lost 2 games. That's that close. Like, they're the same. They just lost 2 games.
God, man, that's insane.
So right now, the
think-
play-in race it counts every team from the Clippers through the Pelicans in the West.
Okay.
So right now, because the Clippers, you guys know, just lost Paul George. He's going to be out pretty much the rest of the regular season. They're currently the 5 seed, but they have 2 wins over the 11 seed. So we're going to throw them into this mix.
Okay.
So we got the Clippers at 38 wins, the Warriors at 37, the Thunder at 36, and the Mavs, Timberwolves at 36, the Jazz, Lakers, and Pelicans all at 35 wins.
Whew, this is so
A lot
close.
of teams.
This is so close. Wow.
I just hope
I
that I
don't know
see
who
the
makes it.
Pelicans and Utah Jazz fall off. Don't nobody want to watch them in the playoffs again, bro.
Yeah,
So
we
without
got to
Zion
get them
and
out of here.
No one wants to like give Utah any TV time. Like they already
Yeah.
had the All-Star break. Like let's just give it a rest.
All right, let's start from the top. The Clippers are currently the 5 seed. We said it. Paul George is out of there. They finally found a way to win with Russell Westbrook after the 1-5 start. They're using him off ball a lot. He's crashing the boards really hard when the teams aren't guarding him. And just in general, it's working. I think you could say that. Will it work for the playoffs? TBD. But for the regular season wins, it's working. What do you guys think they're going to be now for the rest of the season with Paul George out and Kawhi not playing back-to-backs, but a relatively deep team?
It's Westbrook time.
Oh my god,
It's
bro.
Russell Westbrook time. I think they're gonna be fine. I think they'll be able to tread water. Like Kawhi's playing at an ridiculous level, and so I think like
He's
if
back.
yeah,
Let's talk
and
about it.
And so if Russ can be solid, which is what he's been since he's gotten there, I think if they have 9 games left, 5-4, 6-3. Like I think that's very, very reasonable to ask of them.
Okay. I think 5 makes sense. So they finished with 43 wins. That should get them the 5 seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Mo? You think they're staying at 5?
Did you say something to me?
Yeah, I said, do you agree, Mo? Do you think they're staying at 5?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, something happened with the audio, but I think it's possible. I wonder who are their it depends. It really depends who they're facing off these next few games, because I think with like the wild inconsistency that they've had without on their roster, like there's been no Kawhi for chunks of time. And they've made all these random ass trades left and right. They bring in Bones Highland, and then they go ahead and get rid of like Reggie Jackson and shit. Like so it's just hard. It's hard to predict with the Clippers. They've had on paper the most volatile season out of every single team in the NBA, because they've had 80 million different lineups, and now you have to plug in a couple more lineups because you're missing an all-star player in Paul George. So I don't want to say that I'm too confident in the Clippers right now, even though they've hit their stride over the last 7 games, I believe, and I think they've been 5-2, and they've been hitting across all the cylinders. Paul George is Paul George, man, and Kawhi's gonna miss him.
Underrated season.
Yeah, very underrated season, and I think they're heavily gonna miss him and his creation, and I don't know if I can lean on Russell Westbrook as much. But I think they are a team that has the luxury to go ahead and if Russ does pull off some stinkers, you have the luxury to pull him off, because you got guys like Eric Gordon, you got Bones, you got Norman Powell. So they're a deep team, but I just don't know if I trust Russ.
Norman Powell's hurt right now, but assuming he comes back soon, I kind of agree with Donovan. I think they'll probably hold on to the 5 seed. They only have a 1-game lead on it right now, so you never know. But it makes this discussion easier if we just say they're the 5 seed, because there's so many other teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Warriors are at
Gosh.
37 wins, 36 losses. They
they're
continue
in
to
the
be the
slumps.
worst road team in the fucking history of the NBA.
That is crazy.
They're literally right now the worst road team in the NBA, have a worse road record than the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. You couldn't get more wins than the Rockets on the road? Oh, man, that's
Ugh,
crazy.
Nasty.
Yeah.
But apparently they're still the 6th seed despite that. So clearly at home, they're just rock solid. They still don't have Andrew Wiggins, who's out with his personal issues we don't got to talk about. Steph's back. Do you guys think they're holding on to the 6th seed?
I think so. I think I trust them a little. I think I trust them more than Oklahoma City. I think I trust them more than Minnesota. And even though that Cat's coming back, we saw at the beginning of the year, they still had a whole bunch of things to figure out. And I don't think that 50 games of absence from Cat is going to make that work immediately in the last 10, 9 or 10 games. So I actually think Minnesota is going to struggle a little bit. And then Utah's Utah. And and then the Lakers are 2 games behind them? A game and a half behind them?
They have one less win.
Okay.
So-
Yeah, one game.
I think Golden State stays there.
Oh, never mind, 2 less wins, my bad.
With how I'm looking at their schedule right now, just looking at the home games and away games, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 home games compared to 1, 2, 3, 4 away
5
games.
and 4.
5 and 4 it is.
Yeah, they're definitely going 5 and 4. And also looking at the strength of the schedule as well, they only have 2 they have kind of 4 tough games, and that's against the Sacramento Kings at home, Denver Nuggets at home, or they're at away actually, and then the rest they got they got the Spurs, they got the Pelicans and the T-Wolves who are and then you got the Dallas Mavericks who have been like up and down on a consistent basis without Luka. So I like their odds actually.
Okay. So let's see. Let's assume the Clippers and Warriors hold on to 5 and 6. Now it gets interesting because now we're at the actual play-in spots. We got 4 spots for the Thunder, Mavs, T-Wolves, Jazz, Lakers, and Pelicans. Let's talk about the Thunder. The Thunder have been mad impressive lately. They're up to the 7th seed right now. Shea is just absolutely him. J-Dub is making a Rookie of the Year push. Josh Giddey. Are they going to make this 7-8 seeds?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, they're gonna make it. Look, their offense as a whole needs a lot of work, but they've been able to get a whole bunch of these wins because their defense is fantastic, bro. Like, listen, they are top 10 in defensive rating. Their defense is fantastic.
Without a center.
That is crazy.
It's wild, and it's like, look, they're pretty good, especially like in their recent games. They're pretty good at keeping people away from the rim. But their problem is that like when people get to the rim, they score on them, and so like that's their issue. But if people aren't getting there in the first place, then like that's how you can set up your defense to be top 10. And as long as you have a volume scorer like Shea who can get 30 on any night from anywhere that he wants to, you're gonna be okay.
God, man.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
I can't express how much I love J-Dub. He's just so good.
You love him.
And we could talk about their future a little bit because it looks like don't want to make the mistake of like always gonna be a next star, but like he's gonna be a really fucking good player.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be a star, but I think he's one of those players who will guaranteed be like a fringe all-star, and similar to Drew Holiday, like he's gonna find himself in maybe an all-star or two throughout the entirety of his career, just because of how good of a goddamn teammate he is, bro. He's a fantastic player to play next to. If I was a star, this will be my guy in the locker room because he just makes your life easy on every level of basketball out there on the court. So
yeah, he's a smart team defender. He can pass a little bit. Has this really good ball handling ability with his length, even though he's only like 6'5". Like he's such for some reason a really good fit next to Shea and Giddey, even though he's not the best perimeter shooter. Like it's some reason it works. And now you're gonna add Chet Holmgren to it next year.
And whatever draft pick that you get next year, I think they're getting 2 firsts or something like that. So they are set up perfectly for the future. And something that we need to acknowledge more is I haven't seen one person. I think Mike Brown is going to win Coach of the Year for the Sacramento Kings, but old dude on OKC deserves some votes.
Hey, say his name.
I don't know his name. I said old dude for a reason. Why would you tell me? Why would you put me on the spot like that?
I know his name, but it's really hard to pronounce. I never know if I'm saying it right. It's like Mike Dagnalt, I think is how you pronounce it.
I thought I knew his first name started
He's
with
old
an
boy
M,
to
but
me.
outside of that, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. He 100% deserves some credit because, like I said, their 3 best players are all ball handlers who aren't particularly good perimeter shooters, and they have no center. They start a 6'9" power forward at center, and for some reason they're a top 10 defense and a suitable offense around their stars. Like, it doesn't make sense that they're good, but it just works.
No one could have projected this. No one could have seen this coming. And every single time I doubt the Thunder or just assume they're going to fall off, they come right back and they do the unexpected. And they beat a Los Angeles Clippers team with Kawhi Leonard and PG and Russell Westbrook, I guess, leading the forefront. So
yeah,
they continue.
Let's talk
to
about
impress.
the Mavs. They're 36-36, currently 8th seed. People have been writing doom and gloom about them for the past week. I don't know why. Luka Doncic is hurt. Why are we making serious claims about this team being shit? I don't get it.
Because they weren't. They weren't winning games with Luka.
You're right, but like, who gives a fuck about the last 5 games because he wasn't there? We learned nothing. Luka Doncic isn't there.
That's kind of.
But he's coming back.
Yo.
He's coming back, and you're right. They weren't good when he was there when they had Kyrie. Do you see that changing, or do you see them continuing to be trash?
No, they're going to continue to be trash.
All right.
It's simple plain. I haven't had much hope for them. Again, my entire thing with the Mavericks is next season, after we get an off season and they have time to evaluate and they have time to go get other pieces, right, to replenish the depth that they gave up to get Kyrie, if they even keep Kyrie, right, because he's a free agent, and I assume that they will. But next year is the year that we have to be worried about them. I think this offensive system of having these 2 elite guards that do absolutely everything and not too much help around them, especially defensively, that is going to be troublesome. I thought it was going to be a problem in the playoffs and that they were going to be able to like skate around in the regular season, maybe get a couple wins. They can't even do that. They can't do that. So I don't have a lot of hope for them.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
So-
2-4 over the last 6, and their schedule
great.
doesn't look very favorable towards them. They got the Warriors right up next, and then later on down the line, they got the Sixers, Miami Heat, the Hawks, the Kings, and the Bulls. Those are not easy wins, bro. Those are not going to be
Those are
walks
not.
in the park.
So what do y'all think? Are they going to fall out of 8?
I think they're going to fall out of 8.
Yeah.
If any, out of all the teams, I think they're the team set to do that because of just the injuries, just naturally. You know, you don't have Luka. I don't think you're going to.
Well, he's coming back next game, though, probably.
If he's, yeah, but
Assume he's
even
back
when
the
he
rest
was
of the year.
there,
Now it mattered too much.
yeah. Even
So
if-
assume he's
even
there
if-
the rest of the year. If they fall out of 8, sure. Are they going to fall out of 9 and 10?
I mean,
man.
it's I want to say no, but it's only a game difference. So
Yeah.
so it's like you can't
Yeah.
be shocked if they do.
For sure.
Wow, that would be
But
crazy.
Luka's
that
coming
would
back.
be crazy.
It would be ridiculous. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and assume they stay in 9 or 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they drop
All right.
Okay.
playing.
The T-Wolves, we talked about it. Karl Anthony Towns is coming back. He's coming off the bench this Wednesday, which is today. I don't know why I said this Wednesday. You said it earlier, Donovan. When he was there beginning of the year, they were trash. That
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns back front court was ass. There's really no reason to believe it's going to be good now, right?
No, I don't think so. What do you think about the Timberwolves going forward? Do you think the same thing?
Well, I think Mike Conley helps because D'Angelo Russell was a clear bad fit who hated
Definitely.
Rudy Gobert
Yeah.
and like explicitly. So it'll be better. Like they're not going to be as trash as they were the first 10 games of the year when Cat was healthy. That was just like unsustainably bad. They needed time to gel.
Mhm.
So they'll be better. Do I think they'll be good? No.
Are they
Wait.
Are they making 9 and 10?
Hell no,
I hope not.
bro. Their schedule is treacherous. Like they only have like I want to say 2 nights off against certain teams, and that's the Brooklyn Nets and the Portland Trailblazers. And the rest they go against like okay,
no,
you
they
got to pay
play
attention to the huh.
I said they play the Spurs. That's a win.
Oh yeah, the Spurs as well. I missed that, but you got the Hawks, Warriors, Kings, Suns, Lakers. Like, bro, you're gonna get choked. You're gonna get beat up. And like adjusting Rudy Gobert, putting Rudy Gobert back in that system. Their defense has not been as good as any of us hoped to be, but it's definitely improved drastically as time has gone on. Rudy Gobert is playing a way more natural fit and playing someone at the 4 who can actually move their feet. Has helped a lot and has done wonders for them. And obviously, just all around, they've just grown as defensively as a team. Offense is still shaky, hasn't been as good as you wanted it to be. But throwing in Karl Anthony Towns into that equation when it just doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like it'll be conducive to wins right now.
I think it comes down to is Anthony Edwards going to be healthy? He's coming back this
Exactly.
next game probably. we'll see if he's just like back to 100% right away.
Yeah.
And really, is he going to be able to gel with these two centers? Because that was the biggest problem beginning of the year, is that he hated the fit. He talked about it. Like, he just like couldn't do it for some reason, which was a funny comment. But he's had time to get used to Rudy Gobert, and he's playing the best basketball of his career with Rudy Gobert there. So I guess there's no reason to think it can't continue with Cat, because the problem was Rudy Gobert at the start of the year. But, it's a new thing, and new touches going to him. It's a different equation. So what do you guys think? Do you think Anthony Edwards is going to continue to be great in the last 10 games?
I think he might take a step down, especially because he was hurt for a little bit. He recovered very quickly. But
what the fuck they shoot him up with in the locker room? They
listen,
need to start an investigation with that. He was in a boot.
That I was just about to bring that up. He was on the bench with the boot, and I know he's 21, 22 years old. The body heals much faster when you're younger, but I think that like if you have a serious foot injury, but if you have a foot injury and you are a very athletic player, you might slow down a little bit. It might take a little bit of time to ramp back up, but this is the last 9 games. Like, you don't have a little bit of time to ramp back up. You have to be just as good, and I don't think that that's going to be the case.
Yeah, you're asking him during these last 9 games to be at the exact same level that you left off at, and on top of that, we're putting another big-ass light-skinned dude in the paint for you to go ahead and figure out, and you were just complaining about this 50 games ago, and now you're right back in the same exact situation. Carry us to the homeland.
Crazy.
It's not happening, bro.
That is a lot of games to miss.
I'll be shocked if it happens, bro.
Okay. So do you guys think the Jazz and Pelicans are both going to drop out?
I hope they do.
Pels are done.
They should be done.
I have no hope for the Pelicans.
So it sounds like you guys have said, you said the Thunder are going to stay in 7 or 8. The Mavs are going to fall to 9 and 10. So I think we all agree the T-Wolves are going to be the other 9 and 10 team.
But yeah, it could be.
So that leaves the Lakers. Are they going to be the 8 seed?
Yes, they are.
Look at the way this man rolled his eyes.
So let's talk about it. Are you discouraged whether there's a couple of Lakers games that they shit away and lost really bad games?
Discouraged? No. I think the Mavericks game was just funny in my opinion, just watching, because Anthony Davis had the worst 2 minutes that you could possibly have.
Crazy.
I mean, listen, you fouling people, you missing free throws, you have bad closeouts on the bad defensive positioning on the game winning shot. It's just, it couldn't have gone worse for AD.
Yeah.
And so
after a good game too,
it's just funny to watch. But I think that they're fine, and especially if LeBron's able to come back and play at least 5 games with them. Like, D'Lo's playing really well. Austin Reeves just had 35 the other night. He's hooping.
Jesus.
Jared Vanderbilt is fantastic.
Oh, he's on Kendrick Perkins' hit list, bro. Guaranteed. It's gonna be like, see, NBA gave that man a 1 hour highlight video.
Side note: amazing troll by the NBA media social team, putting the hour-long highlight to Austin Reeves. They knew what they were doing. People were gonna be pissed. It was hilarious.
Listen, Kendrick was onto something, because listen, Mo was right. He dropped 35. He got an hour-long mixtape, and then the next day. Reports came out like, Austin Reeves is about to get a $50 million contract from the Lakers. Like,
I bet 4 years and people were like, $50 million a year.
Yeah,
they love themselves some Austin Reeves. But
the Lakers. I think the Lakers are gonna make the play in. I think I feel comfortable saying that. People were like freaking out because they lost these 2 games they should have won. And on one hand, you can't afford to lose any games right now if you're the Lakers. But against the Rockets, that's an embarrassing loss. They didn't have AD. They didn't have D'Lo. Oh no, they did have D'Lo. They didn't have AD or LeBron. D'Lo played like shit. I'm not taking a whole lot from a game where AD didn't play. Of course they're ass and they don't have AD or LeBron. And then the Mavs game, you're right. It was just AD having a terrible 2 minutes. He missed 2 free throws in the game, fouled Maxi Kleber on a 3-point play, which he made all 3, and then allowed him to hit a game-winning 3. Incredibly unlucky. It doesn't say a whole lot about them as a team, Like, it's unfortunate, but they'll be fine. If you believe they're going to be in the play-in a week ago, you should still believe that.
Facts. Yeah, I don't have no worries about the Lakers, bro.
Yeah, they should. I will say though, right? So we're recording this on Wednesday night. They play the Suns tonight at home. Their next 4 games are not gimmies. They have the Suns tonight, then they play the Thunder on Friday, which is going to be huge for tiebreaker reasons, and then they have a home and home with Chicago, and so those aren't layups.
Yeah.
So like I expect them to get in, but it wouldn't shock me. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I think these 2 really bad losses probably prevented them from getting to 7 or 8. But 9 and 10, I think, is still pretty feasible, because the Pelicans have the same record as the Lakers right now. I don't see any reason to have faith in the Pelicans. The Jazz, we keep saying they're going to fall out, but they're just not. So we'll see what that goes.
Yeah, dude. I every time I look at my NBA app, bro, and I see that they collected another win, I'm like, damn, bro, when are these motherfuckers going to go away? Like, no one wants to see this shit. Shout out to Lowry. Love that dude, but goddamn. But quick question. What is LeBron's status? Like, what is the last thing that y'all have heard? Because I haven't seen anything on Twitter.
So the last thing that was said by an actual public speaker was Darvin Ham said they expect him back during the regular season, whatever that means. But it's not imminent. They didn't announce he's going to return to practice. And if they did, that would mean he needs like a week of ramp-up time. Yeah. So he's at least a week away. So it means he's at least probably 4 or 5 games away. So like Donovan said, maybe they get 5 games out of him.
Ah, man.
Yeah, so I think the goal is the last 4 or 5 games they can have him back. That's the hope.
He's an old man.
Yeah.
He's an old man. Wow.
Yeah, man. These injuries are collecting and they're starting to fucking ramp up, bro.
Yeah.
This shit is tough out there.
Listen, we're at 50 minutes in this episode. We haven't even talked about the East. Should we just save it and talk about the East next episode?
Sure. Yeah, I'm down to save it, or we can speed run through it. Doesn't matter to me.
What you want to do, Donovan?
Let's speed run through it because I don't want to spend a lot of time on the Raptors.
Okay, let's go. Let's talk about the Eastern Play-In.
Yeah.
So over here we have a little bit less teams. We have 7 teams that are technically still in the play-in race. We have the Nets who are sitting at the 5 seed at 6 seed at 39 and 33, and then we have the Heat at the 6 seed. At the 7 seed who are 39 and 34, essentially the same record. Then we get the actual play-in teams. At 8, we have the Hawks, who are the most mid team imaginable at 36 and 36.
Bro,
dead even.
How mid they are is literally historic. Like,
yeah, you saw that graphic.
They are the first team in NBA history over the last 7 years to be consistently 1 game over or under 500.
For 25 straight games.
Like, that is absurd. You don't see this type of mid. This type of mid needs to be studied in future classrooms. This is a masterpiece. How do you look so good but so bad and so good and so ass on a consistent basis? I don't know how you do it, bro. So I'm just appreciating greatness. There's all levels of greatness, and being mid is just something that, you just need to sit down and just be in awe about. Like,
listen, history is history. You don't see it every day.
Exactly. Take it for what it is, bro.
Below them at 9, we have the Raptors at 35 and 37. At 10, we have the Bulls, who are looking like they're going to hold on to that 10 spot at 34 and 37.
Surprising.
And then at 11 and 12, we have the Pacers and the Wizards, who are both 32 and 40.
They're done.
I was saying, do you think they're done? They're only 2 games behind the Bulls, who the Bulls have been playing pretty decent lately. Surprisingly, they've had like a top 10 defense the last 20 games and a god-awful offense, which is weird when your best players are DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Vucevic. But they're a good defense for some reason. Y'all think they're holding on to that 10 spot?
Yeah.
The Patrick Beverly effect is real, man. I think they're like 8 and 4 with, or maybe 9 and 4, something like that with Patrick Beverly. And his voice is a real thing. He may not like put up the impact of guys like Alonzo Ball and stuff like that. And obviously like the skill and talents are not there, but like just straight up all the intangibles, that has played a real factor, surprisingly, for their success, bro.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
they're rejuvenated.
And also, look, LaVine is going since the All-Star break. LaVine is going stupid. He's averaging like 30. Bro, he's averaging 30 points on 50, 40, 90 splits since the All-Star break. It's ridiculous. And then on top of that,
healthy.
Yeah, he's hitting. DeMar DeRozan's taking threes on a nightly basis. Like this is the offense still isn't good, but you're seeing signs from the offense of like, oh, you guys are taking steps towards being competent, which is very like interesting that it took this long to get there.
You know what that gets them?
The Patrick Beverly effect.
You know what that gets them? It secures them the 10 seed over the Pacers. Congratulations.
Yep.
The lose to the Raptors in the first round of the play-in.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a disaster. Because the Raptors are a disaster. The Raptors are so annoying to watch. I don't have fun. I think they're gonna end up like in the play-in. They're still gonna be like a 9 or 10 seed. They should be first round of the play-in exit. We need to wrap this up. I'm not trying to see them anymore after April 11th, 12th, whatever day it is.
Yeah, Pascal Siakam has slowed down a little bit, and without him being as good as he was at the start of the year, they really don't have shit going for him.
Nothing.
For a few games, it looked really good with Jakob, and now they're just back to being the Raptors. It was a blip.
Tear it down.
It was a facade. They lied. Yeah, this offseason, Masai Ujiri needs to be evaluated as a GM.
He needs to be investigated.
Revamp, bro.
So the goddamn NBA is a suspect.
Who do we have next? Is it time to talk about
The
the
Heat.
Hawks?
What do you guys
again,
think
or
about the Heat?
Ooh,
I think they
the
jump
Heat?
to get the 6th seed, and Brooklyn falls
Ooh.
down, and they probably end up playing Philly in the first round.
Yeah, I think I think the Heat are a lock to make the 6th seed. I agree.
Yeah.
They have
sure.
the same amount of wins as the Nets, who have not been a winning team since the trade deadline, as you would expect, given the fact that they traded Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
But, at least they have Mikal, who's amazing. And that's it.
Exactly. Agreed.
So
Shout out to the East.
the Pacers were making a push to the Bulls in 10 seed, but Tyrese is hurt again, so it's kind of just like they're dead in the water.
Yeah. It's too many injuries for them.
And the Wizards are the Wizards. I don't even know what they're 32 and 40.
Donovan was hyping up the Wizards.
They
a
let
couple
me down
episodes ago,
so
bruh.
badly.
I can't
so
believe
badly.
you did that shit.
Listen, they were playing good. They were playing good basketball. And maybe
were.
it's my fault. Maybe it's my
I
fault.
never want to see you.
I should have
advocating for the
understood.
Wizards again.
I should have understood that it's the Washington Wizards, and that at the end of the day, they are going to let you down. They are 2-8 in their last 10 games.
God.
It is
What
awful.
bro.
Since the All-Star break, they are 25th in offensive rating and 25th in defensive rating.
That's so
A lot of
fucking
ass.
awful.
It is
A lot of ass.
terrible. It's terrible. I was talking about them making a push to the 8 seed, and they were right there. And Bradley Beal's just like, nah, I'm gonna just play worse. Kyle Kuzma, Kristaps Porzingis, nah, I'm just not gonna be the same player, and we're just gonna fall off again. It's me. It's my fault. That's on me. I'll take that one. I'll take that L.
Bro, what's happened to Bradley Beal? Why is he just
Dude,
not as good anymore? I don't
His
know. I don't watch him
NBA,
enough.
Like, respect and just hierarchy in the NBA has fallen off a cliff, it feels like, bro. Like, just no one cares anymore about the type
Like,
of
does
stuff
he
he's
not
doing.
want to average 30 anymore? Is he not capable? Like, is he trying to defer? Like, what happened to him? I don't even know.
I don't know, bro.
I don't
I don't have an answer for you.
Yeah, let's not even spend time on the Wizards anymore, bro. It just,
All right,
I just
man.
feel real depressing vibes.
So, end of the day, the Heat are going to secure the 6th seed.
Yes.
The Nets are probably going to fall to 8, 9, maybe 10. The Hawks are going to continue to be mid. The Raptors suck and the Bulls suck. And oh my God, this play-in race is bleak in the East.
Yeah. It's dead in the water.
But the top
What's
is nice
excites
though.
me.
But the top of the East is fire, and that is
The top
where
East is great.
That's
The
where
top
we're
is nice, man.
exactly.
Love me some top.
Moral of the story, whoever makes it out of the play-in are getting absolutely curb stomped by the Bucks and Celtics. Ta-da!
That's a good line, though. That's a good line.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's go ahead.
All right, we
This
did
is-
good speeding through that. I'm proud of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck those teams. Let's move on to the infamous TikTok time.
Let's go.
57 minutes in. As you guys know, as always, we're starting with a draft. This time we're doing one that you guys have been asking for a lot for like fucking months. We're going to do a left-handed players draft.
Let's do let go.
First
let
pick,
go.
Donovan. Second pick, me. Third pick, Mo. Real straightforward. Only left-handed players. I had to Google left-handed players because I really couldn't even think of that many.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if any of these aren't actually left-handed, Google led me astray. Y'all gotta let me know.
Yeah.
So let's draft NBA lineups with only left-handed players.
All right, I'm making up for the generationally bad performance that I had in our second overall draft. With my first pick, give me James Harden.
Fuck, I was
Nice.
hoping you didn't pick him.
As you should.
Okay.
That's where I gotta go.
Second pick, David Robinson.
Solid.
Nice. As you should. As you guys should. Okay, and now this is where things get kind of really wonky, but I'm just going to go ahead and shore up my defense. I think this is the second back-to-back draft that I had where I sucked at him. Give me Bill Russell.
Okay.
Say that again without all the wordiness. I'm not gonna use it for TikTok. Just say the pick.
Yeah, this is for the podcast people. Cool. Give me the OG Bill Russell.
Okay. Back-to-back drafts, you got him.
Yeah.
Who else?
Oh, shit. On top of Bill Russell, I forget. I get to do this shit twice. Along with Bill Russell, I already know this dude's going to be generational. Give me Zion. Spacing nasty right now, though. But give me Zion.
It's kind of a reach, but I respect it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I want Manu or do I want Shea Gilgeous-Alexander?
Shea is right-handed. Google got you wrong on that one.
He
Shay's right-handed.
shoots with his right.
Shea's
We're not allowing
right-handed.
Shea?
Yeah, Shea's right-handed.
Yeah.
Promise you.
Yo, okay. And so was John Wall?
John Wall is right-handed.
Yeah, John
Okay.
Wall shoots with
You
his
know,
right.
Google said it, but let me sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Second pick. I don't know how he's still here. Give me Manu Ginobili.
Nice. That's solid.
All right, that's dope. All right,
We like
I got James Harden at my one. Let me get. Let's see, all the bigs are gone. Give me Chris Bosh.
That's a real good pick. Okay.
I can't believe I forgot Chris Bosh was there. Oh, I hate myself.
Okay.
I hate myself.
And
I hate
then-
myself.
Let me try to space this out. Give me Chris Mullen.
Fuck, I was gonna pick him next. There's like
Oh
no
my
three.
Yes,
God,
sir.
Yo,
Oh, I
I
was
think
literally
Donovan
right about to say
Scollers
his name.
rips Isaac.
We're here.
Fuck.
Damn. Okay, well, there's
man
not a lot of
hacked my
threes
computer.
available, so I'm gonna reach like crazy. Give me Michael Redd because I gotta get a small forward.
That's nice. That's nice.
Oh man, that's alright. Whatever. Okay, so I could go a lot of damn angles. The depth is getting bleak, but go ahead and give me. Oh man, the spacing is kind of nasty on my team. Someone already selected David Robinson, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay, cool. Just had to be clear on that one. So the spacing is kind of nasty on my team. I have Bill Russell and Zion. So I need a 3, a 2, and also a 1. At this point in the draft, I think that for spacing purposes, give me Mike Conley.
Okay, that's good.
That's solid.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh
Your
shit,
turn.
it's my turn again.
I'm sorry, you always
Man,
forget.
I always forget this,
Man,
bro.
just
I
make
don't
sure
know why.
how to snake
Like
draft
I'm never
works.
gonna like understand. Or,
People
like,
thought
the
their fucking
snake
stream
concepts.
glitched
Never
out.
gonna be with me, bro. All right, so I got Julius Randle, and now I need a 2, and I also need a 3. Now I need someone who's gonna give me fucking buckets. I see Ben Simmons right there. I'm not gonna pick you, my man. All right, so go ahead and. Gosh, this is getting really thin, bro. This is getting really thin. But at my 2, damn,
Come on.
bro. Yeah, I know.
There's always way too much silence in their knees.
Yeah, I know. All right. What position did this guy play? Let me do like a quick little research on this shit. As if this is a position that I want, then I'm taking it. Okay,
We
cool.
need shot clock.
I got a small front court. Give me Archie Baldwin or Nate Baldwin. My bad.
Nate Baldwin.
Nate Tiny Archibald.
Say that
Yeah.
again. You fucking
Oh
fumbled
yeah,
the hell out of
Nate
it.
Tiny Archibald. Give me Archibald, bro.
Okay. That was an awful delivery. What
All
the
right,
fuck?
hey,
was that?
listen, we're putting shot clocks in. Like you gotta.
Facts.
I'm
You
dude,
gotta
bro.
fucking
I-
write names down.
I love constructing my team. Would you say?
I'm so glad you didn't pick this guy. Give me De'Aaron Fox.
Ah.
I wanted to, but I couldn't do
No!
it for the spacing, bro. I couldn't do it for the spacing.
Need it.
Okay. I don't. Dang it! That really, really messed up what I was gonna do. Okay. Give me. I need a little bit of shooting. Give me Tayshaun Prince at my 2.
Okay.
And then just for some enforcer, big body vibes, give me Zach Randolph at the 4.
I like that.
Okay.
I like.
My
it.
last
I
pick-
like this draft for you, Donovan.
For my last pick, I thought about taking Julius Randle, getting a little scoring punch. But
Oh, yeah.
you know what? Give me De'Aaron Fox's partner. Give me DeMontis Sabonis.
Beam team.
Beam team.
Nice.
Beam team.
This is nice. This is nice. All right, and this is my last pick, right? I got Tiny. I got Mike Conley, Bill Russell, and then Zion Williamson. Give me Lamar Odom. I need that versatility, bro. Give me Lamar Odom.
Where's
My
the
team is
spacing?
big.
Jesus.
Covering the small backcourt that I have. It just makes sense.
This is 1960 spacing.
Let it be known, Mo once again has the worst team.
Whoa.
I think I
The
redeemed
comments going fat
myself.
for me.
I think I redeemed myself.
Okay, so
You
I
did
got
good.
De'Aaron Fox, Manu Ginobili, Michael Redd, DeMontis Sabonis, David Robinson.
Okay.
Yeah, your team is nasty.
Okay. I have James Harden, Tayshaun Prince, Chris Mullen, Zach Randolph, Chris Bosh.
That's a nice team, man.
You
Damn,
having
we get my
Harden
ass
does a
with the
lot
gang
for you.
comments.
So that's
Yeah.
having Harden carries a lot.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think you have the best
So,
player, but I think I have the second and third player with David Robinson and Manu. So I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you for sure do.
All right, what'd you say your team again?
Yeah,
Mo?
so I got Mike Conley, I got Tiny Archibald, then I also have Lamar Odom, Zion Williamson, and Bill Russell. My team's not a sleaze. You act like you're gonna run over.
You got
my
good
team.
players. You got good players. It's just like imagine a Lamar Odom, Zion, Bill Russell lineup.
Hey, Lamar Odom in 2023, we gonna get him right, bro. Trust me.
He
He gonna
gonna
win
shoot
the gym with
23s.
that shot.
This man is running pick and rolls in the restricted area.
Absolutely, bro. We spamming that LeBron AD combo. Oh,
This is
absolutely.
crazy.
Okay. Let's move on to the next thing.
Now it's time to talk about Underdog Fantasy, the best and easiest way to play fantasy sports online, specifically with the Pick'em feature. You can win up to 20 times your money in a single night of hoops if you get 5 correct entries. But if you're not feeling that risky, you could do what I did and just hit a simple 2-man entry. I hit higher on Miles Turner and DeMar DeRozan's over on Monday's games, and I got a little bit of money, and that could be you too. And the best part is that you sign up today using promo code TD3. Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100, and that's even more free money to play around with and win on these entries. So again, sign up today using promo code TD3 and get in on the action today.
We're gonna do something we did a few weeks ago where we had Mo was hosting it, and he named 3 players, and we had to decide what they all have in common. So we're gonna do it again, but I got some players for y'all to talk about.
Cool. Hope this is
Let's
hard.
roll.
What do these NBA players have in common? Ugh, people always make fun of me for doing the hand thing.
Yeah.
Pull my hands. What do these NBA players have? I can't talk without.
It
doing
doesn't
the hand
hit
thing.
right,
Feels so
bro.
It
natural.
doesn't.
What do these NBA players have in common?
That's right. Be you. Be yourself.
Yeah. Fuck the comments.
Jaren Jackson, Chris Bosh, and Lamar Odom.
Jaren Jackson, Chris
Jr.
Bosh, and Lamar Odom.
Are they all from
Oh,
Texas?
okay.
I don't know, but that's not it.
Jaren Jackson, Lamar Odom, and Chris Bosh. They're all power forwards.
I mean, duh, but no, that's not it.
They're all black. Say it, sorry.
Ding, 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 ding. Nah.
Jaren Jackson's not left-handed.
No, he's right.
Yeah.
This was a little hard.
Jaren Jackson, Lamar Odom, and who else? Chris Bosh.
Chris Bosh.
Do they have all the same 3-point percentage?
Nah.
Nah, that's too deep. I don't know. This is tough. This is weird.
I made him a lot harder than last time. Last time Mo made him too easy.
Yeah. Were they born in the same state?
Nah. I mean, maybe, but that's not it.
What is the current day like NBA connection with like the 3 of those dudes, Donovan?
I'm trying
This
to.
is hard.
I'm trying to think. So you said Jaren Jackson Jr., Chris Bosh, and Zach Randolph.
No, I said Lamar Odom for the last one.
Lamar. Okay, Lamar Odom. Okay.
Yeah, so like
Y'all give
Jaren
up?
Jackson's been on one team. There's
I
been
know
no trades.
They're all married to
between-
IG models.
No.
I don't
Y'all
know.
give up?
Yeah, I give up.
They're all-
I don't know.
They're all the
Yeah,
4th
okay.
pick in the draft.
That was so fucking easy. What the hell,
You
man?
fumbled.
I didn't know. I had no idea where Lamar Odom was drafted.
Yeah, I should have known that. I never knew that he was 4th, but damn.
Yeah, I don't know how you could.
Yeah.
LeBron James, Anthony Edwards, and Kevin Garnett.
LeBron James.
They were all the number
Anthony
1 pick in the
Edwards.
draft.
Yes, but that's not it. That's a good one, but that's not it.
Okay.
You could have
Anthony
credit, but that's not what
Edwards.
I'm looking for.
Oh, they all won Rookie of the Year.
Not what I'm looking for.
Wait, did
Damn.
he?
Do you 2 for 2? Anthony Davis.
That's what I'm saying.
LeBron
If I get
James.
half credit, like I get 1 point.
Did Anthony Edwards win it? I don't think he did.
Wait, did he?
He did
no,
win.
LaMelo,
Wait.
LaMelo won, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
he did
LaMelo
win.
won that.
Dang.
LaMelo
All right, never mind.
won
I
that.
take that back.
Incorrect.
I still have half a point. Let's see.
LeBron James, Anthony Edwards, and Kevin Garnett.
Gosh, what is the correlation here with those 3 players?
Okay, so
You tell me.
There's no real. There's nothing to tell about the playoffs or anything like that, or really high level accolades because Anthony Edwards ain't do shit. Like you said,
Remember, it's
they're
a TikTok,
all
so
number
say
one
your
picks.
things like quippy.
Yeah.
did they average 20 in their rookie year?
I mean, probably, but that's not it.
That's not it. Damn, it's something more distinct.
Wow,
This was really obvious.
Wow, Isaac is stumping us right now.
Yeah.
This was not hard.
We are really blanking. What is going on?
My mind is lost right now.
All right,
I'm out
We'll
of
move
it.
on. They're all in movies.
What did Kevin Garnett
I forget
play?
that LeBron was in a movie.
Uncut Gems.
I forgot. Wow.
Yeah, I
Oh
forget
for
LeBron
2
was
right
in a
now.
movie.
Okay.
Okay, next one. Ben Wallace, Fred VanVleet and Lou Dort.
Ben Wallace, Fred VanVleet, and Lou Dort. Yo, these are crazy. You set me up to fail.
I made him too hard, I guess.
Let me see. I need to see one thing about Lou Dort, and that will confirm.
Fred VanVleet and Lou Dort. What the hell do these two have
Just
in
say
common?
it. If Donovan, just say the guess.
All three of them are undrafted.
Correct. Y'all finally got
There
one.
we
Let's
go.
go.
There we go. Gotcha.
Finally.
Nice. Okay.
I forget Fred was undrafted.
LeBron James, Jerry West, and Mark Jackson.
LeBron James, Jerry West, and Mark Jackson.
Nah, I was about to be out of pocket.
Say it for the time.
Nah, I was about to.
Say it. Please. You gotta say it.
They would all hit Savannah out the park. Let me see. Okay. LeBron, Jerry West, Mark Jackson.
LeBron, and Mark Jackson.
All right. So Mark Jackson is a very underrated passer. Maybe it has to do something with assists.
Possibly.
But Jerry West, he's not like that. Do you think that Jerry West is top 10 in assists all time?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we'll go with that. All three of them are top 10 in assists all time.
I think that's true, but it's not what I'm looking for. You're close, though.
Okay. Damn, yo, these are stumping me.
You know, I'll give that to you. I was looking for they all led the league in assists one year, but I think you're right. They are a lot top 10 in assists.
Okay, cool. That was a W.
Nice,
Add that
nice,
to your
nice.
bag, Donovan.
I'll give that to you.
You're carrying. Holy shit.
All right,
Last one.
two out of 4. Listen, we have to get a winning record right here.
Yeah.
Man up.
Dwight Howard, Andre Iguodala, and J.R. Smith.
Dwight Howard, Andre Iguodala, and J.R. Smith. Did they all come from the same draft class?
You tell me, did they?
Yeah, that's my question.
None of them went to college.
They all
That's
came from
true.
the same draft class in 2004.
There we go. There we go.
Did Iggy go to college?
I don't know.
He did.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, he did. He went to Arizona.
Yeah, I was going to say he wore red. That's all I remembered.
There
Okay,
we go.
y'all got 3 out of 5. At least got a winning record. That's going to be a boring TikTok.
God.
I don't know if I'm going to post those, but we'll see.
Yeah, that was tough. This is.
I got one more.
That was
Never mind.
real
I got one more. There's 6 total. De'Aaron Fox, Lowry Markkanen, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
De'Aaron Fox, Larry Markkinen, and Shea Gilgeous. They all played with Kelly Olynyk? Nah. Or Mike.
Why would I
no.
pick that?
That's crazy. That's a
Bro,
crazy guess. Let's see. Okay.
That was kind of a good guess, though.
No, it wasn't. Only one of them did.
Dang, I'm stumped here.
You said
This one is the easiest one by far.
repeat the
I'm
names again.
tripping.
De'Aaron Fox, Larry Markkinen,
And Shea.
and Shea.
Oh, they all made their first All-Star team this year.
Oh,
Correct.
easy. 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 There we
Look
go.
at y'all. W's.
Winning record. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay. Next thing we're gonna do a shooters tier list. We did all the positions tier list, went 1 through 5 and one good. We're gonna do one of you're gonna put these people in tier list just on their shooting ability.
Okay.
Let's put these NBA players into a tier list based on their shooting ability. So obviously
Let's do it.
people like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson are S tier. Where is Damian Lillard?
S.
He's S tier too.
He's S?
S.
Yeah.
S.
Okay. I'm not gonna
S.
argue it.
Yeah.
Okay, then where's
Without a
Kyrie?
question.
Ooh.
He's A.
A tier.
I feel like you could argue Kyrie's just as good of a shooter as Dame.
He doesn't have the range as Dame.
Yeah.
But his
I think
mid-range
there-
specialty is like a lot better.
Yeah, I know, but like, I value the deep range shooting more than the mid range shooting because you can, like mid range. Obviously, like there's been so many players who are cerebral at that shit, role players who are cerebral at that shit. But there is virtually like really like 3 players in
Okay.
NBA history, really 2 who are cerebral at it.
Okay, we can put Kyrie in A, but I feel like he's also one of the best shooters ever, but I'll take it.
Definitely, I agree. He's so underrated when it comes to that.
And put him in S. All right, Karl Anthony Towns.
B.
B tier.
How do you
Just
weigh
saying
the positionness of it? Because like he's not as good of a shooter as Kyrie, but he's the best shooting center. So like how do you weigh that?
It doesn't matter to me. He can't get shots off the dribble the way that Kyrie and
Yeah.
Dame and Steph can. He's not as good of a catch and shoot shooter as Klay Thompson or off the ball, like moving the same way that he is. Like he's a good shooter for what he does, but like he's solid, but he's not on their level of shooting.
So you're going B?
So
Yeah.
B for sure.
Okay.
B for sure.
If
And
we're
I
weighing
think-
them objectively, that's true. You're right.
Yeah, and I think in the next few years, with the way the NBA is trending, we're going to see a better shooting center than Karl Anthony Towns, and it could be
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama, if you're being honest, bro.
Listen,
If we're being
listen,
honest,
listen.
bro.
If Cat can come off some pin downs and knock down threes, then like maybe he could jump up, but like that's not
He
happening.
kind of does do that, though. Like, he does do that a little bit.
Not the same way that Klay does.
Oh, of course not.
You see what I'm saying? That's the only difference.
All right. D'Angelo Russell.
I don't know. I think his
B?
percentages are pretty good. So, but I'm gonna say B because no one's thinking of him as one of the best shooters.
Yeah, he's not an A. He's either B or C, but I think he deserves
Yeah.
B.
Yeah, B is
Okay, B.
fine.
He doesn't have like elite shooting numbers, but his off the dribble ability is like really good. And I didn't look at the numbers, but I'm pretty sure his off the dribble percentage is pretty high.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
All right, B's cool.
Zach LaVine.
I think he could be. He could be.
When he's on
A.
A tier,
Yeah.
but
Well, when he's
I
off
don't-
like C tier sometimes. Like it's,
yeah, but I don't know if he's consistent like that. So I guess we'll just split the difference and put him at B.
Okay.
I think B is fair, but God, when he's on, like he has one of the most unstoppable
Yeah.
jump shots in fucking league history, bro.
Okay. LeBron James.
C or D.
D.
C.
Yeah, like D.
Listen, this year his 3-point shooting is ass.
I say
Yeah.
C.
Yeah, I just think when I think of shooting, I'm thinking of shooting all levels. Like, bro, he's by far the worst free throw shooter that you're gonna have on this list.
Oh,
He's
free throws.
definitely
I didn't even
like a
think about free throws. That's true. Okay.
D. Yeah, D.
So are you going D?
Ooh, that's interesting.
D.
All right,
D?
yeah, we'll put LeBron in D.
Oh, I feel like
Yeah.
you got. Okay,
The
fine.
C is fair, but
If
like
we're
bro, he's having
including
an
free
off year.
throws, you got to put him. You
I
got to
would
put him
go
lower.
C, but I think D is okay if you want to do that.
Yeah, I say D. Put him in D.
Tough. What about Luka Doncic?
Oh, if we're gonna say free throws, then he has to be like a C.
I was thinking C as well. It's
Yeah, I
easy.
think C is
So
fair.
he has that same tough shot making ability with the step back threes. But what makes him great as a scorer is really his rim finishing. It's not as much as like shooting ability. So like, I feel like he's got to be C.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Definitely.
Let's put him there.
It's so weird putting these great players lower, but like if we're just talking shooting, that's not what makes him great.
Yeah, it's awkward.
C
What's
tier it
next?
is.
What's next?
Julius Randle.
Oh my god.
C tier?
Sure.
Yeah.
Julius Randle a better shooter than LeBron James?
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Volume.
Is he
His
really?
3-point volume is ridiculous. Like it's 8 threes a game on a decent percentage. Like
God, that is absurd, man. Julius Randle's
We'll say
launching
C tier.
8 threes a game, and the
Yeah.
Knicks are good playing that way.
somehow.
Yeah, he's launching 8 threes a game, but like he's only been an 80% free throw shooter like once in his career, and that's when he went berserk for the first time in New York.
If he was like an elite, if he was an elite if he was an elite free throw shooter, then he'd be B tier. So like he's got to be C, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think C is fair.
Cool. That concludes our
No, we got to do
Cheers.
Trae Young too.
Trey
Julius-
Young.
B.
I want to say A because
I think
of
Trey
the
Young's A.
long-range
For all his
distance.
faults, I think he is an elite shooter.
I
He's having
think-
a slow year, but given the benefit of the doubt, we've seen him for 4 years. He's a great shooter.
Listen, he's A. However, his long range shooting is overrated in my opinion.
It's
Yeah, I
not
mean, he's
overrated. Statistically, you're so wrong because he's number 1 in the NBA in terms of percentages and also attempts from long range distance, bro. Shooting 37% from 30 plus feet. That's ridiculous.
Cooked.
Show me. I refuse to believe. Because when I watch him, he does not be doing that.
I got the
see.
stats, man. Let's put it up on
Let
the
me see.
screen.
He just said it. We're just gonna believe him. We
That's what
won.
I'm saying.
No, I'm too accurate for a reason, bro.
We said, listen, before the show, we were talking about how Mo's a generational capper, and how he just be lying. I'm not taking this at face value.
Capper.
Look at the history, bro. People will
Okay.
back me.
Let's move on to the next thing because I gotta pee and let's get out of here real fast.
Damn.
But 2 more TikToks. Next thing we're gonna do
Behind the scenes
is
for real.
I'm gonna have you guys name the top 10 scorers of the decade, and
Let's do it.
you'll have to guess names until you get the full top 10.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Can you name the top 10 scorers of the 2010? Oh, let me say that. Can y'all name the top 10 NBA scorers of the 2010s?
Donovan, let's knock this shit out.
All right. LeBron.
Yep.
LeBron's number 1.
Steph Curry.
Easy choice.
Yep.
Yep. Steph Curry's number 5.
James
KD.
Harden.
James Harden's number
KD.
3.
Where KD at?
KD is number 2.
Okay, cool. Where's Russell Westbrook at?
Number 4. Y'all got top 5 already.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Paul George.
Do we want
Paul George is not in there.
Hmm.
do we want to
He's-
throw in fuck, what's that dude's name again? How did I
that?
forget?
Oh,
Damn, what's that dude's name again? It was literally
Dame.
in my head. Yeah.
Nah, Damian Lillard is not in there.
Dame is not in there.
Nope.
Is Chris Paul in there? No, Chris Paul can't be in there.
Chris Paul passes too much.
Yeah,
wow, that's
he's not in there.
that's crazy that Dame's not in there.
Carmelo Anthony, he's in there.
Carmelo Anthony is number 8.
Yeah.
Shout out Melo, because he, considering his career like took a dive at the end of the decade, the fact that he's still on that list, I love Melo.
Top notch bucket getter, bro.
That's fantastic.
Kawhi's in there.
Kawhi's not in there.
Nah, he didn't come on until late. We gotta think about guys who were like in their prime, kind of around like 2012 too, that could get in there. Is dang, I'm trying
Okay,
to
so D Wade's not in there, correct? Because he was like a little bit kind of washed.
I don't know.
over
Are you
there.
asking or are you telling me? What do you say?
He's not in there, so
He's
no.
not in there.
I'm
I'm gonna just say Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade's in there. He's number 9. My smart giving away.
Okay, cool. All right.
Okay.
So we got 1 through 5, and then we have 9 and 6.
9 and 8.
Oh, 9 and
6,
8.
7, and 10 are still on the board.
6, 7, and 10. 6, 7, and 10. Okay.
You almost sold Dwayne Wade. You're lucky.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So who else is next, Donovan? Who's another elite guard that we're missing out on, or forward?
Guard.
'Cause I feel like there's
Dude,
big
listen.
man missing.
Embiid is up there. I know he didn't get drafted. He didn't really play. That's
He got drafted in 2016. Or no, 2015.
2014.
You're right, 2014. He didn't play
Yeah.
till 2016, I mean.
Okay.
So is Embiid in there?
Nah.
Obviously
I
not.
highly doubt it. Yeah.
I feel
All right,
like is Dwight Howard on this list?
Dwight Howard is not on this list. Not a terrible guess, though.
okay, cool. So Dwight Howard is not on this list. Is Cat on this list? When did he
Of
get
course, Cat's not on this list.
Is Kyrie?
Nah.
Kyrie's not on this list.
Paul? Did we already say Paul George?
You already guessed
Yes.
Paul George. He's not.
Oh,
He's not on here.
These last 2 names are kind of hard. It's not who you think.
I hope it's not no fucking Paul Pierce or anything like that. Oh my God, is it Paul Pierce?
No, it's not Paul Pierce.
Oh God, thank God, man. All right.
Is Dirk
no
on the
Paul
list?
Pierce.
No, Dirk's not on the list.
Damn. These last 2 players beating our ass.
3.
3.
I don't think
One of them has to be a big Donovan.
Okay, time out. Is Kobe on the list?
Nah.
That's what I thought. I
that's
just
a
had
good guess,
I just had to say it. Wow, this is tough. We really gotta let's ramp this up.
So let's think 2010, like tops. Who are some of the best players, top scorers around that age? Obviously, it was Kobe.
So Luol
Giannis,
Deng.
LeBron, D Wade.
Yeah.
Oh hell no. What about?
Is John Wall on the list?
No.
Is Jimmy Butler on the list?
You are doing terrible. No.
Yeah, we're missing, bro.
Y'all give up?
Nah.
No.
We're gonna say just
No,
a
not
little
yet.
bit more. Just a little bit more.
Yeah,
I feel
no,
like-
not yet.
He was putting up crazy numbers.
Is-
Is Kevin Love on the list?
That's
Oh,
a good
shit.
guess. He's not.
What?
I'm surprised he's not.
What?
He's not.
Hall of Famer not on the list? That's kind of crazy.
DeMar
No
DeRozan?
Kevin Love.
DeMar DeRozan's on the list, finally.
Ooh, that was
Okay.
you clutched that one
Okay.
out.
Number 7. Y'all got number
Okay.
6 and number 10 left.
Okay.
6 and 10.
Trying to think of like franchise guys over the last like decade.
Yeah,
The last 2 both played in the Western Conference. I'll say that.
the last 2
Okay.
both played in the Western Conference. Like okay, that's
Predominantly.
all you gonna give me. Okay,
Predominantly.
cool. Predominantly. Okay, perfect.
Is Devin Booker on the list?
Of course not. What?
I'm just asking.
That boy has an abundance of buckets. He's an abundance of buckets. That's not a bad guess. Okay, Western Conference.
We had
So you already got Caleb.
all right, yeah. So listen, we went through the Rockets, the Mavericks,
Yeah.
There's nobody on the. I mean, listen.
Nobody on.
Nobody on the Spurs is going to be
Yeah.
top 10 in the decade. Nobody on the Grizzlies, I don't think is going to be there.
Yeah, no. Nobody on the Utah
Well-
Jazz is going to be there. We already went through OKC.
Yeah, okay. C's not there. Sacramento's not going to be there.
What about DeMarcus Cousins?
Nah.
Damn.
I am so
No DeMarcus
Confused
Cousins. No
right
Boogie
now.
Y'all
Love?
never gonna get this. Okay, they're both front court players.
front court players in the Western Conference. Listen, we have 2 clues. If we do not get this, I'm going to be upset for the next week. We have to figure this out. What are we doing? Western Conference.
I'm gonna cut out so many bad guesses. It's gonna be.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna be ridiculous. All right, the Nuggets. We talked about Melo. Jokic isn't gonna be in there.
I'm gonna look at teams.
Yeah, let me pull up these teams real quick. Wow.
Gosh, bro, and it's Dame. Dame is already on the list, correct?
No, he's not.
Dame is not on the list. That's fucking crazy,
Oh,
bro.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
LaMarcus Aldridge is on the list. Let's
Nice,
go.
Perfect.
There we
God
go. There
damn,
we
you
go. There
saved
we go.
this.
Okay.
All you have left is number 10.
Number 10. Gotcha. I'm still very, very shocked that that Kevin Love was on the list.
Yeah.
I mean, he went to the Cavs in 2015, so like he only had 4 years.
Is it
of being
Anthony
a guy.
Davis?
Nah, that's a good guess. It's not Anthony Davis.
That's a good
Which
guess.
I'm surprised Anthony Davis doesn't have more points than this guy.
Mike Conley?
No,
No,
it's
fuck
front
no.
court. Front court. That's disgusting.
Oh, he did say front court.
Yeah, front court, forward court.
Nah, this is crazy. We have one more.
Yeah, this is insane, bro. We're not finna go out with a loss like this.
And
I'm not
it's
going
not
outside.
it's not Jokic.
Can't be Jokic. It's not Anthony Davis. Obviously, like it can't be Tim Duncan because he was washed at that age, or towards that.
Yo,
just
I'm taking
part
too
of his
long. I'm
career.
finna just tell you.
Tim Duncan?
What'd you say?
I'm finna just tell you who it is.
No.
Is it Tim Duncan?
No. Y'all ran out of time. The 10th player on the list is Blake Griffin.
Yeah. I'm taking this one to the chest. That hurt.
Listen, he's a very forgettable all-time player. So like
13,000 points though.
that's all it took.
Damn.
Yep.
Shout out to Blake. Fuck, bro. No one even
Wow.
thought about the Clippers.
Unbelievable. All right, we got
Wow.
one
Yeah.
more TikTok segment left. Let's do this and get out of here because I have to use the bathroom. We're gonna do something classic. I'm gonna name 2 players. You tell me which one's better right now.
Okay. Right now.
Yeah, right now. Which NBA player is better right now? Kyrie Irving or Devin Booker?
Oh,
Devin
give
Booker.
me Devin Booker. Devin
You know,
Booker's
it's
been
easy
playing
to say
really
Devin
good.
Booker because all the baggage with Kyrie, but it's kind of close.
It's
It is
close,
close,
but still. Devin Booker. Give me Devin Booker. It is
Well-
close. It's not a walk in the park. But Devin
What makes you
Booker,
lean
for
Devin
sure.
Booker?
Donovan, why do you think it's Devin Booker?
I think Devin Booker can play off ball just a little bit better than
Yeah, he
Kyrie.
does. That's true.
And
I think the defense is better.
I actually think that their defenses are like a wash.
Yeah, Kyrie's defense is a little underrated. Booker's also an underrated defender, but you're right. It's probably a wash.
Yeah, I
I don't
think
know. I value the.
I think
Just
I think the
body.
fact that Devin Booker can get buckets, and listen, I know Kyrie does this as well. They're both tough shot makers and tough shot takers.
But it's close. It's hard. They're very
Yeah.
similar players.
It's very close, very close.
We can go Booker because of the off court stuff, and that is a part of it, is the chemistry element. But I want to say it's a tie.
You could say it's a tie.
might
I'm not
be.
mad at you, but me personally, like if I'm a franchise and I'm picking a player today just to play for my organization for today, give me Devin Booker for sure.
Actually, time out. I'm switching. I'm going Kyrie.
Let's go. I told you it's close. You can go either way.
I'm
You
going-
on your fuck Devin Booker propaganda again or
I'm
what?
going two things stuck out. I think Kyrie is an underrated playmaker, and
For sure.
And
So is
two,
Booker though.
yeah, but Kyrie for sure though. So I think Kyrie is an underrated playmaker, and then also Devin Booker, that little moment that he had with the Mavericks, that front runner moment that he had, it does not sit well with me. So I'm taking Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
God, bro.
Anthony Edwards or Jaylen Brown?
This is hard as hell. This is disgustingly hard.
I'll take Jaylen Brown.
Right now, I think Jaylen Brown probably is the better player. But that could literally change in 2 weeks from now.
I'm going to go Jaylen Brown's better right now until Anthony Edwards makes a little bit more of a leap of consistency with his off-the-dribble scoring and playmaking.
Yes,
but this time next year, it's going to be Anthony Edwards.
Absolutely, bro. Jaylen Brown is putting up the crazy numbers with with Jason Tatum, who was an MVP front runner in front of him. So yeah, give me JB.
Yeah, and also JB is probably the better defender, even though his defense is kind of overrated.
Yeah, it's inconsistent as hell.
Yeah, but once that passing comes around with Ant, it's gonna be him by a mile.
Traps.
Jordan Poole or Josh Giddey?
Josh Giddey. give me the Bob Cousy type play style with the cool hair and the passing vision over the turnover machine and Jordan Poole.
It's Josh Giddey. Yeah. People aren't gonna like that because these kids love Jordan Poole. He's flashy, he dribbles real well.
He got the bag.
Shooting. But Josh Giddey's a good player,
and he got the bad ease, bro.
Josh Giddey is slow as shit, but gets to the rim at will. He's a great passer, a solid defender, much better than Jordan Poole. It's got to be Giddey.
Yeah, Josh Giddey get it all over the court, bro.
And he's Australian.
It's crazy. He had not a single move in sight, but he gets to every spot he wants.
Yeah, guaranteed. You watching right now probably have a bigger bag than Josh Giddey.
Okay, John Morant or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander?
Shai.
That's so crazy that it's that easy for y'all.
Yeah, John Morant's coming off the bench right now, bro.
Oh, shut up.
Today. So, it's an easy question. He's a bench player.
I know why y'all are saying that. I'm gonna resist the recency bias and go with John Morant still.
I refuse to comment on John Morant at this time.
You saying that like you were part of the investigation.
This man doesn't want to catch a RICO charge.
Oh, man,
now, I can see why y'all do that because Shai's rim pressure is like damn near as good as Ja's. But I think Ja is better at utilizing his gravity to score to create playmaking opportunities. He's not the best passer in the world, but I think he's a pretty good playmaker. And I think he drives offense a little bit better.
Yeah, I think John Morant's way more of a natural playmaker. He was an elite playmaker in college, and that has translated into the NBA, but that's just not a big part of his game anymore. But when it comes to Shai's game, it's so bulletproof. Like, you can't poke holes in it other than like
you can say
the way you said that is hilarious.
Yeah, I can see you saying that Shai's a more reliable scorer in the playoff setting. That like I can see you saying that Shai's just a better scorer straight up. I can see that. And you could also say he's a better defender than Ja.
Definitely is.
But I just think Ja's a better driver of offense overall in terms of impacting his teammates.
Yeah, I can't be mad at that. But give me the bigger dude. Give me Shai.
Man, those big dudes.
Let's not do this again.
Cream City. All right. Jalen Brunson or De'Aaron Fox?
This is tough.
I don't know what the answer is to this one.
Mr. Fourth quarter, but Jalen Brunson has been looking like a left-handed Lillard.
That's a good fucking name. I like that.
That's fire.
So
let's go left-handed Lillard.
Yeah, I got to back my guy, Jalen Brunson.
I got De'Aaron Fox.
Why?
I don't even know, honestly. Like, where do you draw the line? Yeah. Like, there's similar levels of scorers. There's similar levels of passers. Neither one of them are amazing defenders, but they're also not bad. I don't know where you draw the line here.
Yeah, man. I think it'll be a lot. Oh, man, this is tough. I think I've seen Jalen Brunson in the playoffs before, and he's done serious damage, and now that he has a team that's carrying towards him more, I might have to flip sides and say Jalen Brunson, but something in my gut is leaning towards Mr. Fourth Quarter and De'Aaron Fox.
I plead the
Beam!
Fifth. I will go De'Aaron Fox simply because I like to shout the word beam team.
Exactly.
Beam Shout team! Out to Damian Lillard or Anthony Davis?
Damian Lillard or Anthony?
I'll take Dame. Dame has been going crazy. Now listen, the Blazers suck. They are trash. However, the one bright spot that they have in the entire city of Portland is Damian Lillard. And
so, you know what I'll say?
The Lakers suck. The Lakers are trash. The one bright spot they have right now is Anthony Davis.
That is not true. They have more bright spots than AD.
But is AD having the best season of his career right now?
When he's healthy, damn near, honestly. So the thing is health, obviously. If you want to say Dame's better because he's more consistently healthy, can't be mad at it. But if we're looking at when they're both on the court, they've been like, AD's been just as good production wise.
Damian Lillard scored 71 in a game this year.
Correct.
I'm taking him.
Yeah, I can't be mad at
give me
it.
Dame. The fact that like I can just go to Damian Lillard and I know it's an automatic 30 and it's going to be an efficient 30. It's that wow, I can't even talk. It's speechless. It leaves me speechless how good he is on offense.
Yeah. I just think there's an argument for AD because the two-way impact. He's legitimately one of the best defensive players alive. But
Yeah, definitely.
I can get behind going with Lillard just because he's such an amazing driver of offense. Like,
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And to be honest, if I'm a team, if I want AD to play a game for me, I don't know if we'll be able to finish that game injury free. Fuck around and walk out of the game with a sprained pinky, bro. I'm done with that.
It's so hard to look at AD outside the injuries when it's such a big factor. So
Yeah, exactly.
we can go Lillard. And that's the last thing we have. I'm so tired. I feel like these TikToks kind of suck today, but we'll see what we can get out of them.
Yeah.
Nah, we got some good stuff.
Yeah. If you're still here, comment, I have to go to the bathroom.
PP City.
Don't comment that. Comment, I
That's
have to go
crazy.
to the bathroom.
The first one. The first one.
We're getting out of here. We'll talk to you
PPC.
guys next week.
All right,
Peace.
Goodbye.